Potvrdite da li me čujete. Odlično. Dobro, evo, hello everyone, ok. Nadam se da ste mi dobro. Ja vas sve lijepo pozdravljam. Počet ćemo, dakle, sa online nastavom za engleski jezik. Prije nego što krenemo sa onim što sam ja planirala za danas, ostala sam vam dužna jednu informaciju, dakle, od prošlog puta. Prošli put par vas se pitalo, a ja nisam bila sigurna na koji način se, dakle, to rješava ove godine, vezano za, dakle, vašu obavezu prisustva na online nastavi. Dakle, vjerujem da su vam i ostali nastavnici, dakle, skrenuli pažnju na to da se od vas očekuje, s obzirom na to da imate status redovnih studenata, makar ste, dakle, distance learning studenti, ali vaš status vodite se, dakle, kao redovni studenti, da se od vas očekuje da budete, dakle, prisutni na online nastavi. Dakle, prisutni u što većoj mjeri svakako, evo, nadam se da ćete to uspjeti uklopiti u svoje obaveze i rasporede koje imate i da ćemo se uspjeti viđati, dakle, u što većoj mjeri i da ćete uspjeti to uraditi, naravno, na online nastavi i svih drugih predmeta. Dakle, to je to što se tiče te neke vaše obaveze formalne. Pazite, što se tiče evidencije, Skype evidentira vaše prisustvo, dakle, automatski se evidentira da li ste bili prisutni za vas. Ja se nadam da se to nije teško, evo kažem upravo da se automatski evidentira vaše prisustvo, dakle registruje se svaki put kada se vi logirate u stvari na svaku od ovih sesija, to vaše prisustvo se, dakle, automatski može logirati, a ono što sam htjela u stvari reći je da nadam se da se to neće svesti, dakle, na to da samo budete prisutni, odnosno da eventualno da se prijavite na računara da ne budete uopšte prisutni ili da se ne uključite aktivno, dakle, na određeni način u samu nastavu. Nadam se da ćete iskoristiti tu online nastavu na najbolji mogući način, dakle, generalno govorim za sve predmete, da će vam to pomoći u ovom procesu pripreme za same ispite i da će vam to biti prilika na kraju krajeva da se malo družite. Evo, ovo je jedan vid virtualne zajednice, ali sasvim sigurno i prilika za vas, dakle, da stupite u kontakt jedan s drugima i da postavite pitanja bilo kako, dakle, koje su vezana za određeni predmet ili za neko drugo dešavanje na fakultetu, dakle, imate priliku da to uradite u ovim terminima predviđenim za online nastavu. Dobro, evo, rekla sam da naravno postoji mogućnost da se samo prijavite, ali vaše će se svakako ne samo prisustvo nego i učešće u nastavi, dakle, u kojoj mjeri budete aktivni na samim časovima ove online nastave, svakako evidentirati i to će se uzeti u obzir na određeni način, ali evo, ako sve to stavimo na jednu stranu, a na drugu stranu tu vašu neku korist koju biste zaista trebali imati od ove online nastave, onda nadam se da ćete sami shvatiti u stvari da je to nešto što bi trebalo da bude dobro i korisno za vas i da vam to bude glavni motiv da budete prisutni. Sad, neki dodatni bodovi nisu predviđeni, ali se svakako, kažem, to može uzeti u obzir kada je riječ o konkretno nastavi iz engleskog jezika. Ja ću voditi, dakle, neku vrstu interne evidencije o onima koji budu aktivniji, odnosno aktivni na ovim časovima, i svakako ću to na neki način uzeti u obzir prilikom formiranja konačne ocjene. Razmotrit ću eventualno mogućnost davanja nekih dodatnih bodova. U svakom slučaju, dakle, nek vam i to bude neka dodatna motivacija, mada se neće voditi stroga evidencija tog tipa, ali vjerujem da oni koji budu zaista aktivni da će se istaknuti u odnosu na ostale na neki način. Ja vam svima zajedno savjetujem da nastojite, dakle, biti u što većoj mjeri prisutni na svim časovima online nastave, ne samo iz engleskog jezika nego i na drugim predmetima, i da to iskoristite na maksimalan način, dakle izvucite ono što je za vas najbolje iz svega toga i evo opet kažem, dakle neovisno od tog nekog formalnog dijela, neka vam to bude prilika da se i družite i malo bolje upoznate i da razmijenite neka vaša mišljenja i iskustva. Jel? Dobro, možda je, evo, kolegica je spomenula za matematiku da su predviđeni i za DL studente, dakle nagradni, odnosno dodatni bodovi koji se mogu ostvariti na osnovu vaše aktivnosti na online nastavi. Što se tiče engleskog jezika, taj dio nije predviđen, dakle silabusom ne, ali evo kažem, interno ja mogu u svakom slučaju voditi neku vrstu evidencije, odnosno uvida, sasvim sam sigurna da će se oni od vas koji budu zaista aktivno učestvovali u nastavi, rekla sam malo čas, istaknuti u odnosu na ostale. Nadam se da će vas biti svakako što više i da ćemo evo maksimalno iskoristiti ovu priliku koju imamo da zajedno radimo. Dobro. Imate li još neki pitanja vezano za ovo? Ako nemate, polako ćemo početi. Dobro, ne znam na koje materijale ste mislili. Možda greškom postavljam silabus. Na koji dokument mislite, Ademe? Ja ću provjeriti. Dobro. Znači zadnji, u kojoj selekciji radi, samo molim te mi reci. Onda je to greškom, u redu. Dobro, dobro. Dobro, sad ćemo to odmah riješiti, samo sekundicu da ja to odmah riješim da ne bi... Da, to su materijale za engleski jezik 2 koje ste naveli, to su greškom je objavljeno na vašem predmetu engleski jezik 1. Kod mene ovdje se vidi na sistemu da, dakle, na predmetu engleski jezik 1, ono što sam ja do sada objavila, što sam evo i mislila da sam objavila, tako i jeste, barem ono što ja vidim da je objavljeno na sistemu, su syllabus ICT in Everyday Life and IT World. Dakle, to su lekcije koje su do sada objavljene za predmet engleski jezik 1. Ove druge predmete koje spominjete, dakle, oni su objavljeni na predmetu engleski jezik 2. Ne znam kako ih vi, ako ih vidite. Malo. Samo da vam podijelim desktop da vidite o čemu se radi. Dobro, evo sad vidite ono što je na sistemu. Dakle, evo ne znam da li svi kao Adem vidite, imate pristup samo predmetu engleski jezik 1, a da, vi imate, da. To je zato, sad ću vam objasniti zbog čega. Zbog toga što vi idete po novom, sad sam se sjetila, dakle, vi imate engleski jezik 2, koji je inače bio na drugoj godini, odnosno jeste po starom planu i programu na drugoj godini i ide paralelno, dakle, u ovom semestru za studente druge godine. Međutim, po vašem, dakle, po nastavnom planu i programu po kojem vi studirate, imate engleski jezik 2 već u narednom semestru, je li tako? Jesam li u pravu? I zbog toga sigurno vidite i ove materijale. Znači, ovako ćemo, vi se naravno sada trebate fokusirati samo na predmet koji je trenutno slušate, odnosno predmet koji imate u ovom semestru, to je engleski jezik 1, a kada dođe vrijeme, dakle svakako za ovaj predmet koji ćemo imati u narednom semestru, onda ćemo na engleski jezik 1. Dakle, kao što sam rekla, u ovom semestru imate predmet engleski jezik 1 i trebate se fokusirati, odnosno samo za sada preuzimate materijale koje se tiču tog predmeta. Da. Dakle, ono što je objavljeno na predmetu engleski jezik 1 je do sada silabus predmeta ICT in Everyday Life i IT World, dakle te lekcije. Evo sve što će biti dakle objavljeno u toku semestra na tom predmetu svakako ćete pratiti i preuzimati, a u sljedećem semestru naravno materijal koji će se odnositi na predmet engleski jezik 2. Je li u redu? Ne. Dakle, pazite, predmet engleski jezik 2 podrazumijeva materijale, do sada su objavljeni tamo materijali, dokumenti koji se odnose na lekcije Windows OS, Linux i Mac, dakle to je ono što je vezano za predmet, to vidite pod predmetom engleski jezik 2. Dakle, za engleski jezik 2 to za sada dakle, svakako ne trebate preuzimati, ono što trebate preuzimati dakle, u ovom semestru, a vezano za engleski jezik, je ono što vidite pod predmetom engleski jezik 1. Je li u redu? Ok. Imate li još nekih pitanja? Dobro. Ćemo sada ovako zatvoriti. Dobro, kako se polaže, o tome smo pričali prošli put, ali evo svakako možemo ponoviti. Dakle, ispit se polaže na računaru i podrazumijeva dva tipa pitanja. Dakle, evo ukratko, jedan tip pitanja su pitanja sa ponuđenim odgovorima i true-false pitanja koja se odnose na gramatiku, a drugi tip pitanja su pitanja otvorenog tipa koja će se odnositi dakle, na IT sadržaje koji će biti obrađeni u okviru predmeta. Dakle, IT sadržaje koji će vam biti dostupni u materijalima koji budu objavljivani u okviru dakle, nastave, odnosno ovog predmeta. Pitanja otvorenog tipa će se odnositi na te sadržaje i evo rekoh pitanja dakle, sa ponuđenim sadržajima, sa ponuđenim odgovorima koje će se odnositi na gramatiku i na vokabular. Dakle, polažete ispit na način da ćete polovinom septembra imati parcijalni ispit organizovan, po završetku semestra opet dakle, drugi parcijalni ispit, odnosno za one koji eventualno ne budu u mogućnosti ili ne polože prvi parcijalni ispit, dakle polagat će ispit integralno. Ukoliko položite prvi parcijalni ispit, dakle polažete u ispitnom terminu koji se organizuje po završetku semestra samo drugi parcijalni ispit. Ukoliko želite, dakle ne budete zadovoljni ocjenom odnosno rezultatom koji ostvarite na prvom parcijalnom ispitu, možete izići na integralni ispit, dakle pri čemu se morate samo javiti da biste u stvari izrazili svoju želju da ponovite i taj prvi parcijalni dio ispita, odnosno da ispit polažete integralno. Ne znam na što ste mislili kada ste napisali novembra. Jesam li rekla, mislim da nisam spomenula, dakle polovinom septembra, polovinom semestra će se organizovati parcijalni ispit, ne znam evo jesam li lapsus napravila kada sam o tome pričala, dakle u 8. ili 9. sedmici ovog semestra, dobro, evo, izvinjavam se, dakle radi se o lapsusu, polovinom semestra, dakle to će biti 8. ili 9. sedmica će se organizovati prvi parcijalni ispit, da. A onda po završetku dakle, semestra će biti ti organizovani zvanični ispitni termini u kojima ćete moći polagati ili drugi parcijalni ispit ili integralni ispit, dakle u zavisnosti od toga da li ćete biti u mogućnosti da polažete prvi parcijalni ispit, dakle da li ćete ga položiti ili da li ćete uopšte biti u mogućnosti dakle, da izađete na taj ispit. Mirza, ne znam, jel trebaju još neke informacije i podaci, objašnjenja vezano za način polaganja ispita? Ako da, slobodno reci. Ako ne, i ako ti treba bilo kakva informacija dodatna, možeš mi uvijek poslati mail, ja ću se potruditi da na mailu općenito što prije odgovorim, tako da evo, bilo kakve podaci, informacije koje se sjetite u međuvremenu, dakle do narednog termina za online nastavu, slobodno uvijek možete poslati mail i postaviti pitanje. Da, hoćemo. Hoćemo, evo, samo da riješimo pitanja. Emine. Dobro. Dobro, nema čemu, evo polako ćemo početi, dakle samo da ja pokrenem ovo. Dobro. Shall we switch to English? Okay, sure. Okay, what I had in mind for today is the revision, something very simple and something that you have done many times, I'm sure, by now, is a revision of present simple and the present continuous tense. I said last time that we'll be mainly working on revision of certain grammar aspects, and that we'll be practicing together. But we will also try to have a different kind of classes where we will be discussing about certain topics, IT-related topics. But for today, as I said, what I wanted us to do is to make just a simple introduction and to do a revision of these tenses, of the use of these tenses. And we might use this opportunity to actually get to know each other better, since these two tenses are used, or at least present simple tense, we might say, is used when we want to talk about our habits and the things that we usually do in a certain way, in a certain time, at a certain time, in a certain manner. So you might as well mention some of your habits or rituals that you might have. Okay, so we all get to know each other, as I said, a little bit better. So these two tenses, present simple, present continuous tense, something that I believe all of you think is very easy to understand. Okay, we will repeat, of course, the most, let's say, basic or important. Well, I wouldn't be. I think that there is no need to talk about the rules how to make these tenses, but I wanted to maybe focus more on the use of the tenses and the examples, maybe some of the more specific examples or some of the uses that are not commonly analyzed or commonly mentioned. Okay, but first of all, let's just take for example present simple tense. Okay, when would you say is present simple used, in which cases, or to talk about which kind of activities? I already mentioned one. Okay, so let's try to add to this. When would you use present simple tense? Okay, so if we want to talk about habits, okay. Okay. Everyday activities or usual, yes, things that we do every day. Okay, good. So you can tell me about your habits or everyday activities later. Okay, Emin mentioned some things that don't change in time. And we may say that these would be like facts. Okay, so something that is always true. So to talk about certain facts, we would use present simple. Okay, good. Anything else that you might think of? Repetition. Okay, Emir said repetition. So if a certain activity is like repeated, again, in a certain kind of way or in a certain period of time, okay, then we might use present simple tense to talk about these activities. It said for short actions that are happening now, such as, can you please give me an example of that? Like short actions that are happening now, I would say that this refers maybe more to present continuous tense. Well, I think that this example would be more appropriate if actually expressed in present continuous, just to like point out or to stress that something is happening at that very moment of speaking. Okay, and we will get to that a bit later. Yes, then someone mentioned conditional sentences. Yes, present simple tense is also used in one of the types of conditional sentences. Yes, we will revise that separately. What I wanted to mention when it comes to the uses and the way how present simple tense can be used is that it is usually used to talk about some sort of schedules. And as Irma said, we can use it for to express or to talk about some future events or future activities, although it would be better to actually use present continuous to talk about these. What I want to say is that take an example of a schedule, okay, of a timetable of some sort. You would say, let's make a sentence. Kako biste rekli, evo, voz kreće u 5 sati. Let's make this sentence. Let's translate it. Let's make a sentence. Voz kreće u 5 sati. The train leaves, yes, at 5 o'clock. Okay, so this refers, yes, okay, great. So this refers to a timetable. Okay, so this is something that always happens, like it happens every day at a certain time, but we may also say that it refers to future, okay, since it can happen, yeah, and it is supposed to happen next day or in the next period. So we might say that we could also use present simple tense to talk about certain events or activities, actions that will happen in future. But if you really want to talk about something that is like in a way planned in future, okay, if there is like a clear intention, someone's clear intention that something will happen, or a clear intention to do something, then it would be better to use present continuous. So you might say, I'm visiting my friends this evening. Okay, so if you're talking about this kind of future events, then it would be better to use present continuous. Okay, we'll be talking about these future or tenses used for future activities or future actions separately, but it is of course important to mention now that both present simple and present continuous as tenses can also be used to talk about some future events or actions. Okay, now what is also important, of course, when it comes to the use of present continuous, when would you use present continuous? Tell me, what is the basic, let's say, the most common use of this tense? You can see some of the explanations here. Okay. Okay, to talk about the activities that are happening at the moment of speaking. Okay, good. But also to talk about something that is different than usual. Okay, so we might say, for example, I work in Sarajevo, but this week I'm working in Mostar. Okay, so in order to talk about something that is like a usual action. You would say I work in Sarajevo, but this week, so something that is different than usual, we would express by using present continuous. I'm working in Mostar. Okay. Yes, for future arrangements. Okay, good. But what I wanted to point out are certain verbs. Okay, so verbs can be either verbs of action or so-called state verbs. Okay, have a look on your screens. You can see a few examples of so-called state verbs that can normally only be used in the simple form. Okay, so you would want to say I love, not I'm loving. Some other state verbs would be want, like, prefer. Okay, so you can see other examples here. So you would, in most cases, use these verbs only in the simple form, although there are some verbs that can be both action or state, but with a change or a difference in meaning. Okay, so just have a look at these following examples. So we will consider same verbs, but with the difference in meaning. Okay, so in the first examples, they are used as verbs to refer to a certain state. For example, I think you need to relax more, meaning I believe, in my opinion. So this, of course, is a simple form of the verb. But if you want to say, what are you thinking about? O čemu razmišljaš? This refers more to a sort of an action. This is a kind of a specific example. It refers to the process of thinking, but still it is an action of some sort. So we can use, and we do use, this verb in a continuous form. Or, I see that you're very tired, as a verb that refers to a state. Okay, state verb. I see, this is my observation. Vidim. Primjećujem. But compare this to the use of the same verb, but that refers to some sort of action. Jel me čujete? Okay. Evo, mislim da Ila samo ima neki problema. Okay. So we would say, I'm seeing, where is Anne? I'm seeing her right now. With the meaning, I'm meeting her. So if a verb refers to action, it can and it should be used as a present continuous or in a continuous form. Okay, the next one that we have, the next example, she's stupid, referring to someone's general character, but she's being stupid. The difference between these two is that this other sentence refers to someone's current behavior. She's behaving in that way right now, but not usually. Okay, she's doing something differently. So pay attention to these slight differences in certain cases, or in case of using certain verbs. State verbs, you can only use them as in a simple form, but with certain verbs that might be used both as state and action verbs, you need to pay attention to the meaning and to use these verbs appropriately. Okay, either in a simple or a continuous form. Okay, what else is important before we actually do some practice? What is specific about the use of present tense, present simple tense is, or present continuous tense, sorry, is that you can also use present continuous tense to talk about some irritating habits of your own or someone else's irritating habits. So don't be confused with the combination with always. So you might say, she's always arriving late. Okay, he's always arriving late. We, of course, know that the indicator always, is always, it is in most cases, of course, related to the use of present simple tense. But if a person is talking to, if a person is talking about something that he or she finds irritating, someone's irritating habit or something, some action that irritates you, but is repeated in a certain way, then you might use present continuous tense. Well, the difference between, of course, you can use present simple as well, but it's better to use present continuous tense in this case because you are like emphasizing or pointing out that you really don't like that. Okay, so that would be the difference. Yeah, well, and then again, you can also use present continuous with always to emphasize other repeated actions and behavior, such as I'm always reading something. Of course, you might think that it will be better to use present simple tense in this case, but if you really want to again point out or to emphasize something that you're always doing, then it's better to go for present continuous tense. So it doesn't only have to be in a negative kind of way. It can also be a positive habit, but something that you want to point out or to emphasize. Okay, is this clear? Okay, good. Let's do some practice. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so let's start with the first one. Put the verbs in brackets in the present simple or present continuous. So, what would you choose? I often. Okay, I often go to work by bus. Good. Where? The second sentence. Where do you live? Okay. Okay, be quiet. Paulina is studying. Okay, great. Is studying for her exam. Good. Next one, don't turn off the radio. I'm listening to it. Good. I'm listening to it. Next one. Have a look, read it. So you would say Tom works as an architect for a large firm in London. This month, his company. Okay, great. So this month, his company is designing a new office building for one of its main clients. Okay, great. So it was work and is designing. Sixth sentence, I usually, yes, play golf on Saturdays, but today I'm playing tennis. Okay, I'm playing tennis. Good. Pablo is a journalist. So he writes articles for a well-known newspaper. Right now he is writing. Good. Right now he's writing about the economic situation in his country. Good. And the last one here. Look, Sarah is drinking a glass of wine. Okay. And then in the next sentence, we would say she. Okay, so just be careful when you make this negative form. She doesn't usually drink. Okay, so if you're making a negative sentence in present simple, yes, you shouldn't use s with a verb. Okay, so she doesn't usually drink alcohol at this time of day. Okay, good. Now the next thing, let's try this. We'll watch like short video clips. Okay, so you need to answer the questions or to actually write the sentences as an answer to the questions. Let me just see. Okay, I'll start it. You have like certain phrases listed, and you need to just make differences between something that is like someone's other profession or something that is repeated, and some other things that are being done at the moment of speaking. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so that was the one that is already done. Okay, so what do? They go to school. What are they doing? They're taking notes. Okay. Next one. Okay, so what does she do? And what is she doing? Okay, so use these given phrases. So we would say, what does she do? You might say she's giving a class as well, but this one actually refers or should be used in a present simple tense. So you would say she gives classes. Okay, so she's a teacher, she teaches, so she gives classes. And what is she doing? She is writing on the board. Okay, so that one would be used in present continuous. Okay, good. Next one. Okay, so what does he do? Or he works as a chef. That's it. That's the one. So he works as a chef. Okay, do we all know the meaning of the word chef? Okay. Yeah, or the main cook. So we would say he works as a chef and he's making an omelette. Okay. Good. Okay. Yes, that's it. And he works as a printer and examining a brochure. Okay, good. Next one. Okay. So, what do they do? These guys that you have seen. Okay, but the previous one. Okay. These guys. Okay. Yes. So we would say they protect the public. Yes. And what are they doing? They're walking, walking down the street. Okay. Next one. Okay. Okay, so what does he do? He is a driver, so he drives kids to school. This is what he always does, but he's like looking and turning. That's what he's looking and turning. That's what he is currently doing. Okay, just see. Let's do this one, the following one, practice number 3. There are some state verbs used, okay? So let's use them in either simple or present continuous form. So yeah, the first one, we need to wait. I don't know how long. Okay, great. Next one. I don't like this dress. Good. I prefer that one. Tako, odlično. Next one. I don't understand what that I don't understand what that means. Well done. The next sentence, Janet is single. Okay, good. So it would be present continuous. She isn't seeing. Okay, great, good. She isn't seeing anyone at the moment. Okay, so Janet is single. She isn't seeing anyone at the moment. Tom, yeah, that's right. Good. So Tom is thinking of immigrating to Australia. Okay. Right now, in the next sentence, great. So I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem. Yes, I think everything is fine. Great. Why? The next sentence. Read the whole sentence. Why is she here? Good. In the following one, it would be I don't remember inviting her. Okay, great. Well done. The next sentence, I see that you are very busy at the moment. Good. I'll come back later. Good. We might say that you're being very busy, but there is no need actually to point that out. Okay, that you are busy, that would be perfectly fine. Next sentence, don't use the stool. Yes, it seems to be broken. Good. Next one. Sentence number 10. Do you realize what that? Yes, means. Okay. You are normally a very polite person. Why? So why are you being? Great. So this is something that is not usually the case. So why are you being so rude right now? Okay. Josh. Loves Alice. Unfortunately, Alice doesn't think much of him. Okay, great, guys. Let's just do. Let me see. Not that one. But this one. Okay, can you see this? Okay, good. Not that one, but this one. Okay, and we'll finish with this one for today. Yeah, you need to think of a proper verb, of an adequate verb, as well as a tense. Okay, so choose, think of a certain verb. Okay, so think of the verb. You're not given any verbs, but it's easy to think of any adequate verb. And then, of course, think about the tense to use in this context. So my children are very hard because they have an exam at school tomorrow. Yeah, you might say they are studying. Yes, they are learning. Okay, good. The next one, look at that skirt that Lizzie is wearing. Isn't it beautiful? Okay. Okay, great. The next one, in the notebooks during the class. What would you say? Okay, good. So that would be present, of course, present simple. Don't disturb John. He's watching a big football game on TV. Okay, good. Compaq is an American company. They make computers. Okay, great. They make computers. Good. The next one. So does he think Bravo. Does he think that I'm suitable for the job? Things are really great. Our business is skyrocketing. A good one. Is blooming. Okay, so you are like all inspired. Okay, yeah, great. Arthur must be really tired. Look. Should we say sleeps or sleep? Yes, he's sleeping. It should be present continuous. So he's sleeping like a baby on the sofa. Okay. I very well with my new boss. Good. I get on. Okay. Good. I get on very well with my new boss. Okay. And HP. Well, it's either present continuous or present simple. Okay, so present simple or present continuous. HP as a name, as a company, is producing, okay, is developing, is making, okay, is inventing. Yes, so it should be present continuous, a new advanced type of a printer. Ok, super ljudi. Ovdje ćemo stati. Dakle, toliko ćemo raditi za ovaj put. Rekla sam na početku, ono što smo danas radili bilo je jako jednostavno, nešto što ste sigurno radili jako puno puta već ranije. Ali evo, u svakom slučaju, dakle, trebamo uraditi reviziju svih tih nekih osnovnih i dakle, često korištenih struktura u jeziku, i bit će tu dosta i drugačijih vježbi, dakle, koje će biti sigurno malo i kompleksnije. Dakle, za sada smo samo napravili kratki, rekla bih, uvod i reviziju na te neke, podsjetili smo se nekih osnovnih stvari. Evo, sljedeći put ćemo možda raditi nešto malo drugačije, možda ćemo pokušati razgovarati na neku od ovih tema koje ćemo obrađivati, ali evo, što se tiče onoga, dakle, što sam planirala za danas, ovim ćemo završiti. Imate li nekih pitanja? Dobro. Šestar. Imate, ne znam, možete provjeriti. Provjerite, evo ni ja se ne mogu konkretno sjetiti šestara i zašto razmišljate u ovom momentu o tome, ali evo. Dobro. Eto ga. Dakle, ima jako puno naravno riječi u jeziku za koje ako vam ne treba onome čime se bavite, naravno nećete znati eventualni prijevod. Ono što vam bude trebalo u poslu koji radite, evo, mi ćemo se uglavnom fokusirati na IT struku, dakle bitno je da ste dosta sigurni u taj dio kada je riječ o vokabularu. Naravno, sve druge riječi koje vam mogu pasti na pamet i koje možete, koje vam mogu zatrebati, uvijek vam je dostupno. Ako ništa, taj Google Translate možete koristiti na način da dobijete prevod pojedinačnih riječi. Ja vam ne bih savjetovala da ga koristite na bilo koji drugi način, dakle za prevod rečenica, ali prevode pojedinačnih riječi svakako možete dobiti najlakše na taj način. Naravno, bilo koji, ima i jako puno tih online rječnika gdje možete vrlo jednostavno i neposredno dobiti prevode za sve ono što vas može eventualno interesovati. Evo ga, dobro, ako nema za sada nekih ozbiljnijih pitanja, ja ću vas sve lijepo pozdraviti i evo vidimo se u sljedećem terminu za online nastavu. Hvala svima na pažnji i prijatno.